Hello friends, welcome once again to our new video. So this is video number 7, which is based on chemical kinetics. In this video, we will study the integrated rate law for zero order reactions. So we have already studied zero order reactions. So what are the zero order reactions? The reactions in which rate is independent of the reactant concentration are called zero order reactions. We have seen that in case of zero order reaction, the rate does not depends upon the concentration of the reactant. What is meant by integrated rate law? The equation which are obtained by integrating differential rate law. That is what. Let us consider zero order reaction. A changes to products. So zero order reaction means what? That is rate does not depends upon this reactant. We know the differential rate law, which is given like this. Rate is equal to what? That is the consumption of the reactant A. That is how the reactant is utilized. See here. So in this case, that can be rearranged like this, as the rate does not depends upon the concentration of this reactant. So that's why we can write, so this rate is equal to what? K, or that is d molar concentration of A upon dt. So this is equal to what? Minus K. By rearranging above equation, we get, see here, d molar concentration of A is equal to minus K dt. So by integrating above equation between the limits A is equal to A0 and at t is equal to 0 and A is equal to AT at t is equal to t. So this gives like this. See here, d molar concentration of A integration between the limits A0 to AT, which is equal to minus K dt from 0 to t. Then this can also written like this. The integration of A within the limits A0 to AT, which is equal to minus K t 0 to t, or like this, AT minus A0 is equal to minus K t minus 0. So this is equal to AT minus A0, which is equal to minus KT, or KT is equal to A0 minus AT, or this can be rearranged like this. So this is the integrated rate law equation for the zero order reaction. Then next aspect, units of rate constant or zero order reactions. So this is the integrated rate law equation for zero order. So that can be rearranged like this. So from this we have the units moles per liter upon T. So that is equal to moles per decimeter cube per unit time. So that is what the unit for K. Thus the unit of rate constant of zero order reaction are the same as the rate. Is it right? The unit of rate constant for the zero order reaction is same as that of the unit of rate, like this, moles per decimeter cube per unit time. Then half-life of the zero order reaction. The rate constant of the zero order reaction is given by the equation like this. K is equal to A0 minus AT upon T. When T is equal to T half, that is for the half life. AT is equal to what? A0 upon 2, that is 1/2 of the concentration of the A0 at time T. That can be written like this. So by substituting the values of T is equal to T half and AT is equal to A0 by 2, we will get like this: A0 minus A0 by 2 upon T half, which is equal to what? A0 upon 2 T half, or T half is equal to A0 upon 2K. Thus, half-life of zero-order reaction is proportional to the initial concentration of the reactant. So this is important. We have seen that the relationship between the T half and K for the zero-order reaction. What is that? The half-life of zero-order reaction is proportional to the initial concentration of the reactant Cl. जसं आपण पाहिलं फर्स्ट ऑर्डर रिएक्शन मध्ये, that is independent, half life is independent on the concentration of the reactant. Here the half life of zero order reaction is proportional to the initial concentration of the reactant, that is shown by this relation. Then graphical representation of zero order reaction. When concentration is plotted against the time, we will get the graph. That is, the integrated rate law equation is like this: Kt is equal to A0 minus At, or that can be rearranged like this: At is equal to minus Kt plus A0. So see here, so At, that is on y-axis, minus Kt m, where indicates the slope, the value of k minus k, that is what m slope, t time on x-axis, and c, that is the intersect on the y-axis here. So see, we will get such type of graph here. When the concentration of the A at particular time t is plotted versus the time, we will get such type of a graph. See here. So it is straight line given by y is equal to mx plus c. A plot of AT versus t is a straight line as shown in graph. So we will get such type of graph. In this case, the intercept at this point, that is where A0, it indicates the A0, we will get such type of graph, and the slope is equal to what? That is minus k. Slope is equal to what? Minus k. Then the slope of straight line is minus k and its intercept on y-axis is A0. The T half of zero order reaction is directly proportional to the initial concentration. T half of the zero order reaction is directly proportional to the initial concentration. That's why we will get such type of graph. Then examples of zero order reactions. Decomposition of ammonia on platinum metal. See here the example of zero order reaction. So what is that? In case of zero order reaction, rate does not depend upon the concentration of the reactant. So in this reaction, so if this reaction is carried out, then as ammonia in the gaseous state, so this reaction is carried out in a closed beaker. So in that case, the catalyst platinum is used. See here, the metal surface gets completely covered by a layer of ammonia molecules. So the catalyst which is used, the metal surface gets completely covered by a layer of NH3 molecules. A number of NH3 molecules attacked on platinum surface is small compared to the ammonia. पहा, झिरो ऑर्डर रिॲक्शन काय केलं आपण, आता हा अमोनिया एका बीकरमध्ये घेतला, जे की बीकर क्लोज्ड आहे आणि त्याच्यामध्ये प्लॅटिनम आहे. प्लॅटिनम मेटल वरती जो अमोनिया ॲडसॉर्ब केला जाईल त्या बीकर मधला आहे, तर त्या अनुषंगाने तो अमोनिया रिॲक्ट होईल, कन्वर्ट होईल नायट्रोजन आणि हायड्रोजन मध्ये. बट इन दिस केस इट इज ऑब्झर्व्ड that is, the metal surface gets completely covered by a layer of ammonia molecules. A number of ammonia molecules attacked on platinum surface or adsorbed on the platinum surface is small compared to the total ammonia which is present in the beaker. A large number of the ammonia molecules tend to remain as gas which do not react. The molecules present on the metal surface only react. The rate of reaction thus independent of the concentration of ammonia and remains constant. पहा, झिरो ऑर्डर रिॲक्शन मध्ये जसं आता या अमोनियाची आपण अमोनिया गॅस घेतला एका क्लोज्ड बीकर मध्ये आणि प्लॅटिनम मेटल त्याच्यामध्ये आपण यूज केलेला आहे कॅटलिस्ट म्हणून. तर जो गॅस ॲडसॉर्ब होतो प्लॅटिनम सरफेसवरती बीकर मधला तेवढा गॅस जो आहे तो कन्वर्ट होईल नायट्रोजन आणि हायड्रोजनमध्ये आणि अशा पद्धतीनं ए लार्ज नंबर ऑफ अमोनिया मॉलिक्युल्स टेंड टू रिमेन ॲज गॅस विच डू नॉट रिॲक्ट. बाकीचा जो अमोनिया आहे त्या बीकरमध्ये तो रिॲक्ट होणार नाही, फक्त जेवढा त्या प्लॅटिनम मेटलच्या सरफेसच्या कॉन्टॅक्टमध्ये येईल तेवढा कन्वर्ट होईल आणि म्हणून द मॉलिक्युल्स प्रेझेंट ऑन द मेटल सरफेस ओनली रिॲक्ट. The rate of reaction thus independent of the total concentration of the ammonia and remains constant. That's why this is called as zero order reaction. Similar is the case regarding to the decomposition of nitrous oxide in the presence of platinum catalyst. त्याच प्रकारची रिॲक्शन या ठिकाणी होते आणि म्हणून रेट जो आहे तर हा या रिॲक्टंटच्या कॉन्सन्ट्रेशनवरती अवलंबून राहत नाही, म्हणून आपण याला झिरो ऑर्डर रिॲक्शन म्हणतो. द कॅटॅलिटिक डिकम्पोजिशन ऑफ phosphine on hot tungsten at high pressure, that is also the example of zero order reaction. Then let us see the one more type of reaction, that is pseudo first order reactions. Now try to understand what are the pseudo first order reactions. Certain reactions which are expected to be of higher order but follow the first order kinetics are called pseudo first order reactions. So that is what certain chemical reactions externally appears like they have the higher order, or it is expected that such reactions should have the higher order, but in practice or in reality they have or follow the first order kinetics. Such reactions are called as pseudo first order reactions. Let us consider the hydrolysis reaction of methyl acetate. So methyl acetate undergoes hydrolysis reaction. In this case, so there are two reactants, the methyl acetate and water. So this reaction should have to follow the second order kinetics. The rate law equation we expect like this, that is rate is equal to K dash molar concentration of CH3CO CH3 into molar concentration of H2O. The reaction was expected to follow the second order kinetics. However, it is observed that it obeys the first order. पहा, या रिॲक्शन मध्ये आपल्याला असं वाटायला लागू शकतं की ही जी रिॲक्शन आहे तर ऑर्डर 2 असायला पाहिजे, परंतु प्रत्यक्षात इथे जी आहे तर ह्या रिॲक्शनमध्ये इट फॉलोज द फर्स्ट ऑर्डर कायनेटिक्स. द रिझन इज दॅट solvent water present in such large excess that the change in its concentration is negligible compared to the initial one, or its concentration remains constant. See here, pahite, water being in excess, the change in its concentration is negligible and found to be remains constant, and that's why we can write like this. Thus molar concentration of H2 is equal to constant. By putting another constant, that is K double dash, the rate law becomes rate is equal to K dash CH3COO CH3 K double dash, or by substituting the another constant instead of K dash and K double dash K, we will get rate is equal to what? That is K into molar concentration of CH3COO CH3, where K is equal to K dash into K double dash. The reaction is thus first order reaction. Understand? Second one more example of the such a pseudo first order reaction, hydrolysis of sucrose or cane sugar. So again here, that is sucrose on hydrolysis produces glucose and fructose. The one should have expect that this reaction again should be the second order, but in reality this is also follow the first order kinetics, that is the rate is depends on only the concentration of the sucrose. So that is regarding to the pseudo first order reaction. Okay, so I think this is enough. So what we have studied in this video, we will summarize in brief. That is the important one, the integrated rate law for the zero order reaction, then unit of K, then last the examples of the zero order reaction, and finally the pseudo first order reaction. Okay, we stop. So don't forget to like and subscribe our channel in order to watch the incoming videos. We will stop here. Thank you.